They swing up high, tame lions, and magically pack 20 large clowns into a tiny car. Whether circus performers make us laugh or gasp, they certainly know how to entertain.
When Michelle Ayala was a child, she never dreamed of running away to join the circus because she was already there. Born into a family of circus performers, Michelle has spent her entire life under the big top. To her, the circus is a close-knit family where her mother is her trainer, her sisters perform alongside her, and her husband is a tightrope artist. Today, Michelle brings her astounding act to the center ring, where she will dangle 30 feet above the ground by nothing but her hair.
My name is Michelle Ayala. I've worked in the circus for 16 years. I work for Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey. My family has worked in the circus for about 5 generations, and this is the only life I know. Look at the babies. Look at Benjamin and Shirley. A typical day starts in the morning when I get up. I walk my dogs. Look, Sonic. Benjamin and Shirley. Can't get near them, okay? They'll be too rough for you. Come on. And then I have to go and practice before the show.
The amazing hair suspension act that Michelle performs with her 2 sisters has been part of the family for generations.
I was born into the circus. I grew up watching my parents perform, and when I was around 8 years old, I told my mom that I wanted to do the same act that she did, and she probably didn't think I was actually going to do it, but I started practicing when I was 11, and I started performing when I was 12 years old.
Practice is an important part of every circus performer's daily routine, and Michelle is no exception.
Hopefully I'll get it better. Don't push me too hard now, okay? Just go slowly, push me slow, because sometimes with the juggling, if you make me overturn, then I'm going to start to drop again.
Michelle's husband is a tightrope walker who also plays a key role in her act. Before each show, he ties her hair into a super strong braid with a steel ring at the end. He then hooks the ring into a long cable. At the other end of the cable, a team of 3 stagehands stand by to lift Michelle into the air. There is no secret trick. Michelle is being pulled up by her hair.
Your hair actually is very strong, especially when it's all tied evenly, because when we perform, our hair's tied completely all together and even, so that will keep it from breaking. I think I was a little high.
Still part of the family act, Michelle's mother is on hand to help coach her.
Good. Relax, it's gonna be okay. Practice makes perfect.
Okay, ready guys? When you're suspended by your hair, it feels like a very tight ponytail and like a lot of pressure on your scalp and on your neck. It does hurt a lot, mostly in the beginning of the act, but once I get up there, I'm concentrating on my act. I pretty much even don't feel anything at all. The hair suspension act was originated by the ancient Chinese acrobats over 100 years ago. The big thing was just hanging by your hair, and at the same time they would sip a cup of tea, and that was the whole act. In our act, we try to make it look more beautiful, like more ballet, more like a dancer, like if we were floating. Okay.
Very good. You better get going, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
To get ready for the show.
True to the family spirit of their act, Michelle and her sisters always do their hair and makeup together.
Working with my sisters, there's good days and bad days. Performing in the ring is wonderful because at the same time I'm performing, I look over to them and we help each other out in the act.
Because of the bright lights of the big top, the Ayelas have to wear theatrical makeup.
We try to use dark colors so it'll show up from far away.
like dark brown or red lipstick.
Yeah, our makeup has to be a lot more darker than you would use normally, like on the street, because there's so much lighting and different types of lights, and if you don't, it's like you can't really see the features of your face. Our hair is very important to us. It's our life, it's our work. Everything we do revolves around our hair. I have scalp treatments done once a week to my hair, and I use all natural products on my hair. I try not to use any chemicals like coloring it or perming it, and I only trim it like when it really needs it. I don't worry about any breakage in my hair. Of course, you get split ends now and again like any woman. I've done it 16 years already, so if it hasn't broken now, I don't think it will. Alexis, we have to hurry up. We have 6 minutes left, so we have to be dressed. Of course, like any sisters, if we have an argument or something after the act or before the act, but once we get out there, we just forget about everything and we just concentrate on our act, and we forget about everything and just enjoy what we're doing and enjoy each other's company.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus, the greatest show on earth!
Even as the show begins, Michelle and her sisters get in some last-minute practice.
This act is new this year, so it's more challenging, and our tricks that we perform in the show are more difficult. We juggle clubs and we juggle fire torches, and at the same time we're revolving, and that makes it twice as difficult because you're not just in one place, and you have to juggle, and you have to have it 100% because you can't let it go out too far because then you'll drop and you'll miss. Well, it is a beautiful feeling when I'm performing. I feel like if I were floating in the air or I was flying, and I see like everybody down below, and it's like sometimes it doesn't even feel like I'm hanging from my hair, like I'm just flying like a bird. And it feels great. It really does, like I'm floating.
One of the most challenging parts of the act is the rings.
The rings are spinning. They all have to spin together at the same time without dropping any of them. You have to have the same tempo in your legs and your arms, everything going together precisely. So that's one of the most difficult tricks. I love working with my sisters, and I'm very proud of them, especially Alexis, because it's her first year performing, and she's doing very well. For such a young age, she does everything we do. While I'm performing, I like to see the reaction of the people. I like to see that they're enjoying what I'm doing, and I also like to see them that they have forgotten about their troubles, at least for the 5 minutes I'm performing. It went great. It was a great performance. I really enjoyed what I was doing, and the people really reacted really well. And a couple times, I almost dropped the clubs juggling, but I have to keep going, concentrating on what I'm doing, and everything goes good. Well, now I'm going to change wardrobe. I'm going to go check out my husband, and I'm very concerned when he performs, so I'm going to go out there and see him. I get very scared watching my husband perform. I get very nervous. I really don't like the act he does because it's very dangerous. He has no net underneath. It's difficult to watch him, but I pray every day for him, and I believe that God will protect him. And I just hope and pray that nothing will ever go wrong. The circus is beautiful because it's all families, and there's families from all over the world, and everybody gets along really well. It's a beautiful experience, what I've gone through, because I've traveled to different countries. I've traveled all over the United States, and it's just wonderful performing. I love performing.